Hi. So basically, today I wanted to talk about feminism and the concept of pseudo feminism and the rise of it. So basically, in my view, the rise of pseudo feminism, it didn't just happen out of nowhere. It's not random, but according to my observation, it's a reaction to uh, unconscious men and the glorification of the concept of hyper masculinity. So before I dwell deeper into this, let me clarify on what I mean by pseudo feminism. Pseudo feminism, in simple terms, is that the idea that women are somehow better than men or superior to men. That so that after centuries of oppression, the answer is to rise above men, not with them. But that's not feminism at all. Not at all. Feminism, like the true feminism, is not about proving who is better. It's not about dominance. It's about balance. It's about equality. I believe feminism is a conscious effort, particularly by men, to eliminate the patriarchal and misogynistic mindsets. This brings me to the concept of unconscious men and glorification of hypermasculinity. Every human being, regardless of gender, carries both masculine and feminine energies in general. Men by nature tend to have more masculine energy when compared to women who typically carry more feminine energy within them. And however, both the energies exist within each of us, and a healthy balance is essential. But here's the problem. For too long, men have been taught to suppress the side of feminine energy. We have glorified only the masculine traits like power, control, dominance, aggression, while completely ignoring the feminine side. Men have been conditioned to ignore their feminine energy, the side that feels, the side that nurtures, the side that listens, the side that empathizes. When men become unconscious about this balance, about this inner balance, when they glorify being alpha and reject vulnerability, they disconnect from themselves. They disconnect from their partners. They disconnect from their families. They don't nurture their relationships, they dominate them. They don't hold the family together, but they demand to be its center. And when this happens, the damage ripples outside. This is where the root problem begins. A boy watches his father dismiss or neglect his mother, and he thinks this is how a man should be. He grows up mirroring this behavior, that emotional detachment and dominance are the signs of strength. And a girl watches the same father treat the mom with disregard, and she grows up feeling unsafe, unheard, and emotionally neglected. She associates masculinity with fear, aggression, and dominance. She learns to avoid men or build walls so high that no one can ever reach. This is how generational trauma is born, quietly in the living room. It is often unnoticed but very deep. So, the children from these homes grow up either repeating the same patterns or stay wounded by it, depending upon their genders. And unless someone becomes aware of it, see, if father doesn't recognize this and breaks this chain, it becomes the loop of generational trauma. This is how homes fall apart. This is how society fractures. That's why becoming aware is not just a personal growth, it's a generational responsibility. So so coming back to pseudo feminism, this is one of the main reasons for the rise of pseudo feminism, because women have been watching this unfold for decades. They have been on the receiving end of this emotional negligence. So now they have started rejecting their own feminine energy. They say, I have been these feelings of me, this feminine energy has got me hurt, my emotions made me suffer. So they want to suppress them, and by suppressing feminine energy they want to embrace the masculine traits that they have. And embracing masculinity here, not just it's not coming from balance, but it's coming from burnout, it's coming from a place of hurt, a place of pain, a place of unconscious protection. This is exactly how pseudo feminism is born, according to me, according to my observation. It's definitely a rebellion, but one rooted in pain. And when pain leads, we don't get equality. We we don't get equality. We get retaliation. Like now, we are seeing women who are saying, "We don't need men. We are superior to men. We are better than men." But isn't this just patriarchy in reverse? Isn't this just playing the same game, just switching the sides? Feminism was meant to flip the power. It's meant to end the game entirely. Because here's the truth: a man is strongest when he's not afraid of his softness. A woman is most powerful when she honors her emotion and her strength together. This isn't about becoming other, but it's about becoming whole. The real revolution is about healing the imbalance. It's not about masculine versus feminine. It's not about man versus woman. It's about conscious versus ignorance. It's about awareness versus ignorance. It's about balance versus dominance. It's about waking up. It's about breaking silence. It's about raising a boy who feels and raising a girl who feels safe. It's about raising a conscious man who doesn't fear the vulnerability of his emotions. It's about building homes that heal instead of giving hurt or passing on the hurt or pain. Let's stop passing the pain. Let's start healing. Not just at homes, not just in personal growth. Our personal growth is truly a social responsibility. It's not just a personal responsibility, honestly. Because as a human, you are a social animal. Let's stop being unconscious. Let's stop being unaware of our negatives or unaware of our general archetypes. And if you are a man who's watching this, please become conscious about your nature. And see, I'm telling you, as every human being is born with the masculine and feminine energy, just don't try to glorify the masculine in nature and ignore the feminine nature, because the balance between two is the utmost importance for the balance of your own personal life and harmonious relationship with people around and also with yourself. Uh, and if you're a woman who's watching this, please don't do the same mistakes that men have done in the past. Don't abandon the feminine nature. Just try to be more open and communicate about this concept to your male friends or your brothers, your fathers, whoever it is. Right? If a male friend of yours, if a brother of yours is, if you think is capable of understanding this concept, be more open about it, communicate it openly. Because see, the amount of feminine nature a man has is less when compared to the natural feminine nature a woman has. And the feminine nature is life. The feminine nature is creativity, is what makes the world go forward. So it will be a disaster if millions of women reject their feminine side because, because of the mistakes that men have done, and the imbalance that it will get will be so bad, and the consequences of it will be really bad, according to me. You just don't abandon the feminine nature inside you. Become more assertive, I get it. Become more strong, become more anything that empowers you, but not at the cost of abandoning your feminine nature, because feminine nature is life, feminine nature is creativity. So yeah, that's what I wanted to sell. This is what I understood, and this is my observation about feminism, pseudo-feminism, and the role of unconscious men in the rise of pseudo-feminism.